Hey guys, it's Pedro again. This is the follow-up to the video, the technical analysis for the following week. Hold on, this TV. Where did I just put the remote? I like to watch Bloomberg just kind of playing in the background. If financial news is playing, you never know what you're gonna hear, right? Even if you're not attentive, even if you're not 100% attentive. So, again, oh, by the way, it is Friday, February 16th, 2018. Oh, that's my background. I just want nice things. And in the quest for affiliate marketing and everything else, I have the Fossil right now. It's a smartwatch, Fossil Q. As you can see, it's a smartwatch. One of the cheaper versions, and then I got the Cuban links. I like a little bit of jewelry. Sue me. Okay, so from what I can tell, that's one. I'm gonna make that blue. And okay, so that's a low. I mean, that's a high. That's a higher low. That low is higher than this low. And then right. So as we're looking at the chart, we have one, two, three, four consecutively higher lows. That means the trend is it is a bullish trend, right? Now it does look like we might get a double top over here, but like I said, unless things change, we're gonna be looking to go in long. Some higher highs. Let's take a look at these. I'm gonna do that one kind of green, just because fuck it. Okay. That candle, hey, it might not be much, that candle right there, but that's a high, right? And then we hit this low, and then we hit this current high, which is right there, right? So we're looking at a potential retracement somewhere along these lines, and let's draw some trend lines real quick. I'm just gonna draw that trend line right there, and right there. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can see that they kind of parallel in a way, and oftentimes these channels move in a parallel way, right? Okay, so now as you can see, here's another. I mean, these are just trend line breaks. I kind of like to do trend line breaks. Just off the daily. I don't, and the hourly, in a way. Just kind of fuck it. Trading isn't a perfect game. you know, but if you study it long enough, you know you will get it. And then my camera's off. Here as the channel evolves, I'll um, I'll buy a better camera and better equipment. Let me show you all a little bit of the desk that my girlfriend and I use. That's a bigger screen. You know, we could probably I'll do some stuff on that screen, but I kind of like to keep the smaller screen when I'm doing very focused things. When I'm not too focused, I use the big screen just because I feel like, you know, the law of diminishing returns. You know, how productive can you be if you have a million screens? Not so much, right? Or maybe. It all depends what you're doing. So these analogies or whatever, to some people they make sense, to other people they don't make sense. To me they make sense sometimes. Depending on you and your view of the world, they can just be very different, right? Okay, so if I zoom out, it looks like you know, we're going higher highs, higher lows, and we did a major retracement, which coincides with almost a pretty good trend line break. You know, trend line break, retest, and away we go. Okay, so our focus is this right now because that is that right there is extending all the way. Essentially, the channel started around November, around the beginning of November 2017. November, December, January, February. So this upper move looks like you know, a couple months worth of price action. From here to here, yeah, it is a retracement. You know, up, higher high from back here, higher high, higher low, and it looks like we're gonna try to make a higher high somewhere over here to then get a bigger retracement, and you know, away we go. Or this could be the highest point, and we get a trend line break here, a possible retracement, and then just kind of bounce down for whatever. Okay, so that's the daily chart. So like I said, we're gonna jot down shit. Okay. Well, okay. So I'll just look at this video, and then, like I said, stay with me. And as the channel progresses, as I do more and more videos, as I get better equipment, things will look way better. Okay, so that's a daily. Now let's go to the 4-hour chart. I guess you could do an 8-hour chart or 4-hour chart or whatever, but I feel like a lot of people use the daily, so you know, why not go do that daily. Okay, so that's the 4-hour chart right there. As you can see, I'm gonna add this as a higher high, and then this as a lower low, just because it looks that way, doesn't it? You know, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Although that high does not look too much higher than that. As we go to the smaller time frames, we'll get a better measure. So what it looks like to me, let's go back to the daily. Um, and Lewis Mocker, I think I seen on one of his videos, he's talked about deceleration. And I've always had that concept, but I think he makes a valid point. Like here, you can see we're accelerating. We hit a little break, but we're still accelerating. Down at this bar, or we decelerated a little bit. We're decelerating here, and then we hit a complete stop or reversal in a way. We now know it's a reversal, but once you go from this bar to this bar and you don't see none of this, you don't fucking know if it's a reversal or not. So we hit a slowdown. We started accelerating bullish. We started bullish acceleration. As you can see, bigger candle, and boom, deceleration, right? Now it's going down. And on the 4-hour chart, so we know that we are looking to go okay, so these are possible options. We can look to go long somewhere in this area as it makes the retracement. So let's draw this line, and let's make it just a little differently because we're basing this line on a 4-hour chart. Okay, so right. So these are it. What might happen, as you can see, we're still accelerating. We're not decelerating too much. We hit it a little bit. What might happen? Let me zoom out just to kind of give us a better. Yeah. So okay. So right here. This is off a 4-hour chart. It looks like we're hitting some strong resistance. At that price level, which is shit. This fucking thing can't fucking zoom. Worth of shit. Anyways, around $1.25, ish area. Yeah. So what I think it's gonna happen. Okay, so if we counted this as a higher low, it still hasn't broken that low. So what can happen is price can go back this way, right? Or it can kind of oscillate, break this line. If it pulls back, if we get some kind of confirmation that it broke and it's pulling back, it's on the pullback to the trend line break, then we will go short that, or what could possibly happen, we'll go on a lower time scale and kind of do some kind of that, and then it'll go here, trend line break, pull back, boom, right? So that's so much, so that's the thing for that. We're now gonna go to the 1-hour chart to kind of see what the hell is going on, right? Now, on the 1-hour chart, there it is. It's the trend line. Now, the reason I like the 1-hour chart is just because it's an hour. You can get a lot of detail, a lot of the good detail in an hour for entries. If you're trading a greater daily chart, or hold on one second, it's starting to get a little hot in this place. I just took out my sweater shirt. It's a little warm in here. Yeah, I had glasses on my head. Fuck it. Anyways, so that's what we're looking at right now. And I know the video is going to be shitty. It's my first couple ones. So don't sweat it. Like I mentioned earlier, this is an evolving channel. I plan to evolve. You know, this is the first sale. Soon here I'll be going to 2 sales. I'll become a multi-cell organism, and then after that, you know, I'll develop some eyes, and then I'll be a full-fledged killing machine organism type stuff. Okay, so it is the weekend. That means I'm gonna put a line right there. What weekend is yellow? I'll do yellow. I'll make it a little bold. Just like that. So that come come Sunday afternoon, I am looking for a trend line break, pullback, and then an extension. Ideally, that's probably what I think is gonna happen. I'm not really sure because we have an upwards channel on a daily and 4-hour chart, and I'm not sure how familiar you all are with chart patterns, but this is an ascending triangle, you know, because we had one touch here, one touch here. I'm gonna go ahead and make that as we evolve, we'll see, but it's still green, just so visually we can see that's a higher high. You know, I don't know, I classify that as a high or low, but so we can see the 3 points here, and then we did a point there, and what looks to be a point there. Right? So I'm guessing price is going to go back this way, right? However, it might come all the way down here. Who knows? I don't really know. But I'm going to go to the monthly chart just kind of for direction. Because I've seen some interesting things happening. So I'm just going to do this number right there. Right there. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. Do you think that fucking trend line is going to hold? Comment yes down below. Comment no. Whatever you guys think. You see me trying to use my hands, you know? Bullshit. I have a shitty setup right now. This, you know, as things evolve, I'll get the screen, or you know, like a screen recording and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see what else. Okay, yeah, so something going on, and oh yes, look at that. Remember how on the daily we're going to up channel? Look, on a monthly we're on the down channel, and we're hitting the top part. So from here to here, like that's a big move now, from $1.25 to essentially what's probably going to be like 90 cents, you know. So let's make a prediction. I'm gonna take that right there. Okay, so let's make a prediction. I predict that it's gonna bounce here and fucking go straight that way. Now, this, like I said, this is gonna be the royalty shot because it is so. This move is a lot. That's a couple of thousand pips, and not only that though, but if I recall correctly, because interest rates change so fucking quickly, or not quickly, if you ask Janet Yellen. If you're shorting the euro US dollar, if you're shorting the euro USD, you get positive interest if you're holding a short position, right? If you're holding a long position, you're gonna have to pay a little bit of interest. That's just the way things work. It's not very significant. If you're holding for 1 or 2 days, if you're holding for a lot of days, it can add up. In the macro view, it might not add up to too much as long as you get the pips in, right? But if you're chopping, if you're in a choppy market, if your position is just chopping and you're paying interest daily and a little bit more on Wednesdays, then it's gonna hurt you. So that's what I was looking at in terms of this. We'll see how that goes. Again, that's a monthly chart. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go back to the daily. Daily's cool, man, because every day, a new candle. You don't have to worry about much of the, oh my goodness, what's going on? What? You mean I just went to sleep and I already had like 8 or 9 or fucking 100 candles appear? No. You go to sleep, you wake up, same candle. 5 o'clock, new candle starts. So that's the Euro USD. I'm gonna upload this video. Please comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And then after this video, I'm gonna do another follow-up video on more or less other things I'm working on. Okay, so thanks for it's 23 minutes. I don't know, some of these YouTubers, they make these quick ass videos and I'm just like, all the information, it took me 23 minutes. But so let's see how that plays out. Oh, before that, let's go back to the 4-hour chart just because it kind of looks interesting. So remember, look at that line. Remember, we drew that line on a monthly chart. That line right there represents resistance from quite a couple points. So we're at a crucial area, what looks like a possible reversal from the current highs of like $1.25 to, look how much that is. Look at that, boys and girls, to right there. Let's see how many pips is that. If we go to 90, that is 3,426 pips roughly. So let's do the math. 3,400 pips, right? So 3,400 times, your minimum position that I can open is 1.01 of a standard lot, which gives me 10 cents. So you're gonna make about $340, possibly, not to mention the carried interest. So that's that. Euro USD. February 16th, 2018. Depending on how my weekend goes, I'll add some more videos. And yep,